Generation Transient.
What will happen to our generation if a substantial amount of the youth is homeless?
Okay, guys. Homeless youth is on the rise with over a 61% increase in just the past 2 years. And this isn't just in one specific place, it's all over the country, which is a huge problem with very few politicians providing clear answers or visions.
What you doing?
Yes, homelessness in general is a serious problem, and
I think it's important that we take a moment to pause and discuss youth homelessness in Pennsylvania. As we know, that can happen.
Many teenagers have been forced or chose to leave their homes. They have been found suffering on the streets, unsupervised and without any support. Most of the data suggests that the problem has only surfaced in the past years.
Why? For a minor to consciously choose to leave their home, they must have faced many obstacles in their home life.
Such obstacles may include physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, mental illness, or rejection from the family because of their personal choices.
Sexuality, as stated before, can leave children feeling rejected by the loved ones. Of the homeless youth, 30 to 45% are reported lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender.
Teens who identify as such may be forced out of their homes by an unsupportive family. These teens are often subjected to more violence, hate crimes, and exploitation than their heterosexual peers when on the streets.
Finding an accepting homeless shelter also proves to be very difficult for obvious discriminative reasons. The mental and physical strain often leads to drug and alcohol abuse and development of mental illnesses like anxiety.
Another reason teens may be forced to leave their homes has to do with their life choices, such as raising a child.
About 50% of homeless teens are pregnant or raising a family. These teen parents face the following crises: providing food for their family, finding a safe shelter, and limited health care or insurance.
These young homeless mothers have little or even no prenatal care, which leads to poor nutritional diets, high mortality rates, and low-weight babies.
Because of youth homelessness, many students have a hard time to continue their education. In fact, 1.2 million students were homeless that were enrolled in public schools in the years 2012 and 2013.
Homeless students are much more likely to drop out, have lower standardized test scores, transfer schools more often, and are more likely to miss school on a daily basis.
Every time a student has to transfer from a school, they lose at least 3 to 6 months in their education. In New York, 23% of homeless students were held back a year, and 13% were wrongfully placed in special education class.
Out of 1.2 million homeless students, 87% are enrolled and only about 77% regularly attend school.
Mental illness and homelessness has long been linked. This is not just true for adults, but also teens. For instance, a teenager with mental illness may run away from home and become homeless.
This stressful life and time on the streets is not easy to combat without the help of supportive adults, organizations, or medications.
It is worth noting that a majority of homeless teens suffer from some sort of mental illness and do not receive the help they need. This is because they lack affordable health care or rarely visit free health clinics.
There are many ways that the government and the nation can help prevent teen homelessness.
Perhaps more affordable or even free health care could be offered to teenagers.
Another way could be bringing awareness to more people who are able to help.
One way that we could also help the homeless youth is through more funding towards homeless shelters and helpful organizations to keep safe from exploitation or abuse.
If this problem is not addressed, then the percentage of homeless teens will only rise and many will grow up on the streets and in poorly funded facilities. Many will face terrible futures such as substance abuse, sexual exploitation, and violence. This will also lead to a cycle of poverty.
Here's a list of national organizations that help the homeless youth. Children and Youth is one of them. Stand Up for the Kids is the second. National Network for Youth is the third.